Gold H4 time frame from this triple bottom to this top, which technically is your new all-time high. Gold is constantly going up, and this can be your parallel channel, and now it is coming down from upper trend line, and maximum downside target can be retest of lower trend line, because that will be second retest. And before that we have this white trend line, and it is a strong dynamic support level, but static support and resistance are $2000, then 2030. But since this high, when Fed did temporary QE, it is sideways, and you can see it is not going anywhere. And since this bottom, price made triangle correction, then it made zigzag correction, but this time it is making a expanding triangle chart pattern correction. So retest of this trend line will be very important. And last week CPI news and PPI, in both CPI is most important, but people are confused. When CPI came lower it was bullish, then why gold came down? Because if you remember, last year it was coming down, then from this bottom gold went up vertically before CPI news. This was your first big change in CPI number on November 10 last year, and that was macro confirmation for gold bullish trend. And you can see since that day it is flying, it is doing counter trend correction, but it is going up. So you cannot trade on CPI news every month, and you can buy gold every month. And this is now profit taking, because trend is almost complete. Because next step in CPI number, that it goes 0% or it goes negative. Everyone is waiting for that thing. And if you remember that counter trend correction and compare to this current correction, this is your 500k NFP, and soon it will be below 100k. But CPI last week did same as Fed said. It came down, but it came down slowly. There was not big change in CPI number, and because of that Fed statement in FOMC meeting, CPI number was bearish for gold. That is why later it came down. So this level is your new bottom, and from this level price is bullish. And if you remember, during this bottom all the drama was created by 500k NFP, and Jamie Dimon said that interest rate will go 6%, and right after Fed speech, when he said that rate hike size will increase from 25 to 50, Fed watch tool was showing 5.75 terminal rate. But next day a news came and everything changed, and market pricing for 4.75 terminal rate and September FOMC rate cut. You know that market pricing is near 90-60, and only difference compared to this top is we had temporary QE. So market pricing for next step, your rate cut is almost done. So that is why it is sideways. And same like this bottom, you will see one news which will change everything. Because that CPI number last week and PPI number have confirmed that May FOMC was your last hike. And because of that, we do not need to wait till FOMC minute. But one thing is still not clear, your first rate cut. When timing for first rate cut come before September FOMC meeting, that means July FOMC, gold goes up. And when timing for rate cut goes after September FOMC meeting, that means December FOMC meeting, then gold goes down. And this is completely macro trend, and it is confirmation of timing of rate cut. Because if you see speech of all FOMC member together, then one member has said that recession will come because of external shock, not their 5% interest rate. One member is saying that inflation will come down, but this will happen without recession, and they are saying no recession. And everyone's favorite Kaskari last week said that their inflation target, which is 2% and which is core PCE number, and which is not going down like CPI number, their target is permanent for this year. And if you apply inverse effect, then they will do everything this year. They will change their 2% inflation target. They will do rate cut this year. But like FOMC member said before that, we need reason to cut interest rate. We need shock to create recession. And you can give one word to both things, a news. Same like you saw in March. And this week there is no big news, small news like retail sales, home building data, and jobless claims. They are small, but you have many news this week. And if you see daily time frame, until it break, technically you can say double top. And last week price tested lower trend line of this channel, and this is profit taking on both level, technical and fundamental. Because at bottom rate hike size was 75 basis point, on this top size was 25 basis point, and that is was your last rate hike. So both type of trader, technical and fundamental, both are taking profit at the same time. And maximum on this daily time frame 1966, 38% retracement, and this trend line is your key support level. And this week is important, and you may see big political news this week. Like you saw a big news from Pakistan last week, and gold was showing instant reaction to that news. And people who were asking for yield effect on gold price, right on this bottom, terminal rate was highest and yield was also a best opportunity. But yield came down and gold came up vertically. So that has limited effect on gold.